Hey, Lion fans. We know it's been a crazy couple of weeks in the world of collegiate athletics. Here at the University of North Alabama, we want to get you the answers that you're looking for. We sat down with UNA Athletic Director Mark Linder to discuss topics such as player safety, testing, scheduling, eligibility, game day with ticketing and sportsman's club information. We hope this video series that we'll release daily answers some of those questions that you may have. If not, please let us know and we'll try to address some of the other issues you may have. Please enjoy the first installment where Mr. Linder will talk about player safety and testing protocols. So what's the first step in getting back to the field?
Well, the most important thing that we have to consider is our student athletes and their well-being, making sure they're safe. And so for us, it's making sure we have a good safety protocol in place, and it begins with testing. We have arranged an agreement with a local lab where we can get PCR testing, which is the Cadillac standard in testing for our student athletes, especially our football teams, and so be the only ones competing this fall. And it will be a weekly test for our student athletes, and so that we can make sure that everybody in their inner bubble is tested on a weekly basis, and we try to mitigate the risk of any transferring of the disease.
And what are those testing protocols for the players?
So they'll test every Wednesday. We'll have a 72-hour turnaround time that the local lab has established for us. So if we were to have a game on Saturday, that Wednesday test would be accurate for that game for that week. And so say we do get a positive test back on one of our student athletes, they'll go into 10 days of isolation. After that 10 days, we'll set them up with a cardiologist to make sure that their heart is healthy, that they're safe to return and start getting their heart rate back up, and get them back into playing shape. We don't want to put anybody in harm's way, and so we think with the protocol of testing, if a positive test comes back, isolating them for 10 days and then having them see a cardiologist, we think that that is the best case scenario for having a positive test.
Who in the department will oversee this testing with the lab?
And Josh Penny, our head athletic trainer, has been doing a wonderful job with securing the testing and also the doctors to make sure that we have accurate tests, the accurate results, and then also the cardiologist to make sure that their hearts are in good shape.
What will practice in the locker room sort of look like as we move into this new environment?
Yeah, so practice, obviously it's hard to practice with a mask on, but all of our support staff, all of our coaches will have masks on. We do know that the professionals have indicated that having masks on really does mitigate the transfer of the disease. And so we're asking not only our student athletes, right, but the campus, the community of the Shoals, whenever you're out in public or coming in contact with anybody, we wear a mask not for our benefit, but to protect those that are around us. And I think when you start looking at contact tracing, if I come in contact with somebody that has tested positive, whether I have the disease or not, as the contact of that person that had tested positive, I have to go into quarantine for 14 days if I didn't have a mask on, and if they didn't have a mask on. So we're saying wear a mask and keep your friends and keep your family from having to go into quarantine for 14 days. As far as the locker room goes, our training facility goes, our medical training room goes, we have machines that will sterilize the spaces. So as student athletes come and use, they'll go into a clean facility, and then when they exit, they'll be cleaned again. So we feel very good with the protocol we have in place as far as our common spaces go.